on now.
Hello and welcome to Empowerment Through Intuition. I'm Chris Gurganus from Conversations with Chris. Nora's not with us in person on screen this week. Oh, what a shame. We're having technical difficulties again, but I have our dear friend Elena Colarocco here from Healing Earth Stones in Chadds Ford, PA. And we're going to be talking about how do you get those icky feelings out of you? And how did they get in you to begin with? And it's heavy energy. And sometimes we go into stores and we feel okay and we go walking around and then we don't feel so okay. And we've talked a little bit about this before. So let me introduce Elena. Nora would like to thank everybody that is joining her in the AM meditation because she's having a ball there. And she's just getting so many hearts and she's just having fun. And she wants everybody to remember to tune in. So Elena is going to talk to you a little bit about who she is and how she became so involved in crystals and energy. And we've been friends for a very long time. On and off, we've worked professionally for about 10 years together. She is extremely knowledgeable about crystals. She's a shaman in her own right. And she does Reiki and healings. And when there's a tough problem that we don't really have all the answers to, we come running to Elena. So Elena is the guru of energy on hand when it gets icky. So Elena, what would you talk about with all this that we're going to talk about with energy and how we collect things that maybe we shouldn't collect?
Well, we have a lot of things that we collect. Okay, I'm going to say a little bit about myself. I am Elena Colarocco. I am a shaman crystal healer. And I fell in love with crystals when I was a young kid. And as I got older, I got into it a lot more. When I had cancer, I used the crystals to help me heal. And I went through a lot of the chemotherapy and radiation with no pain medication. Just utilizing the crystals. It has helped me a lot through my process and healing. And it has helped other people through their process as well and their healing. So that's for connection. We connect ourselves to a lot of different things. A lot of times when we get a little bit of emotional or when we're driving and we get upset with somebody that's had us in between and got in front of us, we make a little connection with them. That's an anger connection. And sometimes we need to get rid of that because it's not necessary. And,
You mean all that hussing and fussing I do on the highway is not necessary?
No, it's not necessary.
That I should get rid of all that nasty energy at the end of the day?
Yes, because they're sending you and you're sending them.
Okay.
So,
Chris, say hello to some of the people.
Hi guys. Hi Renee. Guys, don't forget to vote your state and your city. Hi Aaron. How you doing, girlfriend? Hello, Miss Denise. How are you? Sorry, Elena. We got to say hi to our fans. Hi, Laura. Everybody meet Elena. Hi, Steph.
okay, we connect with a lot of different things, whether it's emotional, anger, or pain.
So there's 3 levels we connect on.
Well, there's actually 5 different levels, but the 3 major ones are the anger, emotional, and pain.
Hi, Dave. Yes, it's the 18th show. No, it's actually the 19th show. We're just showing it on the 18th because we wanted to be funny. I'm sorry, you walked right into that one, girls.
You might as well mention states because we got a few coming up.
I know. I told the girls to put their states up. Everybody's got to visit, and they got to come and tell us cities and states. Remember, Hawaii, ladies. Hi, Linda. What state? City and state, Linda. Come on. Come on, Deb. What city and state? Come on. Good evening, Carla. How are you? City and state, guys. And hearts. I need some hearts because, I'm never happy unless I get my hearts. All righty.
Poor Elena has no idea what's going on.
Poor Elena. I keep interrupting her. We're rude like this. We're sorry. It's like a chit chat. I got to go visit with all my peoples first. And since Nora's doing the entertainment process, we'll get to chords. 5 different levels: emotional, psychological,
anger, and attachment.
What's an attachment, Elena?
Okay, attachment is when you're really emotionally to something like a person, there's a person that you like, and you have a real high interest on them. Then you create an attachment with that person.
Well, can attachment be negative?
It could be negative because if the person's not responding to some of the answers that you're saying to them or sometimes, then that could become a negative aspect.
Aaron, hang on, Elena. Aaron, this is Elena. Elena is our shaman. Elena, Aaron's half Native American, and she is so excited to see you. Okay, Nora, now you got to take it down. Thank you. Now I can see you again, Elena.
A lot of the attachments can start out simply as love, but sometimes, like with our kids, we have connection attachments with our kids. We have so much love for them, but then they get us annoyed and frustrated, so then we start getting a little anger, and that becomes back and forth.
Okay, so just want to get rid of all that.
Yeah, so you want to clear it as much as possible. But those connections you're always going to be making.
Okay.
So even though you take them apart, they still
So it's kind of like you're walking through life and there's cobwebs after big cobwebs and you just keep collecting them.
Yeah.
And they just go through you.
Yeah.
So we just got to kind of shake them off.
Yes, we got to shake them off. Yeah, the connections when you're frustrated and driving, there are people that you have no idea who they are. So you definitely want to disconnect from that. Because otherwise you're taking their junk to yourself.
I'm collecting their rocks too. Elena, I got enough of my own damn rocks. I can't be carrying Joe Schmoes too.
So what are
some simple ways I don't have to get rid of Joe Schmo and his rocks? Deep breathing. What I got to do? Shake it up, blow it out. What? I'm on, Elena.
You have to do that by concentration. All you got to do is hold on to 2 crystals.
What kind of crystals, Elena?
A labradorite.
Oh, I like that one.
And a fluorite.
A fluorite.
Fluorite, yeah. It's a fluorite sphere.
I was going to put it closer to the camera.
You gotta get them close to the camera. Okay, what color is that, Elena?
This is fluorite with amethyst. It looks like amethyst, green, and it looks like it has some tourmaline in it.
Okay.
Combination. And of course our labradorite.
Labradorite? Labdorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your favorite song.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like holding both of them. The labradorite gives you protection and as well as energetically direction.
Okay.
Fluorite works with the infusion of the universal light and healing.
So it doesn't matter what hands I hold them in or not?
No, it doesn't make a difference. And then what you do is you concentrate and try to focus on the...
I'm having trouble hearing Elena. Can she speak up or up her mic?
You got to speak up a little bit. They can't hear you.
Okay. I'll bring the
Or speak into the mic. Speak into the mic that's hanging by her neck.
Speak into the mic by your neck. That's better.
I'm holding the stone and concentrate. I close your eyes and then focus on that core light. So if use the divine energy of the full light, yeah, concentrate on the whatever is causing you discomfort or emotional
Chris,
discomfort.
they're having trouble understanding her, so repeat it.
Okay. Hold on, Elena. So what you're saying is basically to hold the two crystals in your hands and to concentrate and see the light coming from God through you, and let the light of the energy of the crystal shine into the light, so it kind of makes like a swirl candy cane going through you. All right, I can do that.
And then infuse unconditional love.
So my intent has to be, while I'm seeing my candy cane go through me, unconditional love and healing of all cords.
Yeah, a healing of all cords. And the divine color.
Divine what?
The universe color, the divine color.
Oh, okay. So the white.
The white, yeah.
Okay. So now we got white, and we got a white candy cane with a labradorite and a fluorite stripe swirling, and we're sending in unconditional love and healing
All the way and healing, all the way
from the top of your head all the way down through your spine and all the way through your feet. Ground it into the earth.
Through the cord.
And that'll just send everything through you, and it'll dissipate all the cords or anything that doesn't belong to you.
All right.
What would you do if you don't have crystals and you want to break away that energy from somebody that you're angry with?
What can you do if you don't have the crystals?
Concentrate on the divine light
Uh-huh.
as a meditation, and ask for the guidance to let go of all that connection. Just say you were driving and got frustrated.
Right.
Then you ask for that connection to disconnect with it and unconditional love and the divine light.
So basically we want to ask to dissolve any all negative ideas, thoughts, or feelings with unconditional love in our heart, and just let them release into the ground. Well, that's good. I can do that while I drive and not hit anybody, I think.
Ask the audience if they have any specific questions.
Does anybody have specific questions about what we're talking about? Because a lot of this is developing over a period of time. Elena and I know what we're talking about, but I want to make sure everybody else is on board. Because a lot of times you get drama and trauma at work or on the highway or in friendships. And texting to me tends to build up a lot of miscommunication. And you can send a lot of energy back and forth when you get that heated. And I see the kids doing this. And now I find myself doing it. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting as bad as them. And I start getting overwhelmed. So then I know I have to put everything down and I just have to chill and do my meditation. Are you guys feeling the same way? And if you are, what do you guys do to make it better for yourselves? Hi, Tavon. City and state, don't forget to vote.
Okay, we're not really getting any questions, so...
Okay, guys.
Here's one.
What helps fight against negative spirits in my sleep?
Selenite and saying a prayer before you go to bed.
What about some labradorite as well?
Repeat selenite. It's hard to understand them.
Selenite is a white crystal. Do you have any selenite there to show them?
Yes.
Hold on, Elena's going to go get you a piece of selenite so you guys can see what it looks like, because it comes in hunks. They sometimes have it in spears. And it has, when it's in a hunk like that, it's got very thin little hairs, and sometimes they come and they're tumbled in a spear. I have one in a spear that I use a lot of times with meditation. And it just...
She's holding it too high. Tell her to lower it down a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
And she's lighting it up to show you that when you light it up with a little flashlight or sunlight, it charges it a lot faster. So we use these as charging stations. You can charge them in your windows, and you can sleep with them at night next to your bed, or in your pillowcase or wherever you want. What are 2 crystals you should use? Elena was talking about the labradorite and the fluorite, as far as using that with the white light of God's divine power. And also the universal thought should be unconditional love, with dissolving anything that's not of you, that's negative. Yes, you came in late. Topic is cut the cords to anger, frustration. Stephanie, anything that's negative and that's not of you, because sometimes it can be spiritual, it can be feelings and emotions, it can be on all different levels that these attachments or these cords can be made. It depends if you're in crowds. And like I said to Elena earlier, so it's like we're walking through life and there's these huge cobwebs and we just keep walking into them and not realizing we're doing it. So we're basically just going to learn how to shake them off, shake them up, get the spiritual energy going, and getting everything taken care of. So it's kind of like housekeeping.
We're going to go into a more difficult one now.
Okay, here's Linda says, today the one person that's been causing me drama at work was made manager because our manager is ill and probably not coming back. It's made me want to quit my job. So you're saying just meditate and I'll feel better about this? Well, Linda, I would meditate, but I would also bring in a piece of selenite and keep it in your pocket. I would also put in some, because I know Linda, I know that she's very sensitive. I would put some amethyst in your pocket, but I would also put amethyst and selenite next to your bed. And that, if you charge them during the day in the window on a piece of selenite and then put them next to your bed or in your pillow or wherever you can, they'll help you. They'll help protect you. They'll help balance you. But Elena might have some better ideas. She's the healer. So what do you say, Elena?
The only thing I would add to that is rose quartz.
Why?
Why would I add rose quartz?
Yes.
The rose quartz helps with bringing the infinite love. So that way you feel that love protection.
Beautiful. Okay.
And would you have her carry it, Elena, or would you have it at the bedside too?
Well, I would have 2 sets. One would be at her workstation, and the other one would be in her home by the bedside.
So would you have her keep it in her pocket at work or on the counter?
In the counter.
Okay.
I like what Aaron says.
And then you touch it just often.
Aaron's saying, Linda, do not throw the rocks at her. It won't help. That's why I'm thinking she might want to keep them in her pocket.
I'm with Stephanie. I'm more spiritual than Crystal. So how can you guys address this one?
Stephanie, I'm seeing, I agree, but you're not familiar with crystals. You're more about spirituality. Well, this has a lot to do with spirituality because it helps us refine who we are. It doesn't define who we are. It just helps us refine who we are. And it helps us as a tool to clear our energy and to keep us as pure as possible, because the world outside today is moving at such Mach 1 speeds. It wasn't like it was a few years ago, not even 10 years ago or 20 years ago when we were growing up. We had time to play and think and do things. Now it's like the phones are ringing, the text messages are coming, the emails here, the door is ringing, there's mail coming in from the mailbox. You got so much hitting you at once, and it's so overwhelming sometimes. You just have to find a quiet place, and you have to figure out how to not avoid those big cobwebs in life. Because whether you're in your own space or you're out there driving on the road or you're walking through a store, you're going to hit these emotions that everybody else is leaving behind. Because if you're sensitive, you're picking them up. And Elena's the shaman trying to tell us this is how you get rid of them, and this is how you try to purify yourself. And even if you just add it to your meditation every morning and every night, just hold the crystals and think pure love. That'll clear it up right there. You just bring in God's light and love and asking him to clear anything that is not of you, that does not help your higher self or help you in the long term, that does not feed your long-term goal, that is not good. Because you didn't mean to get hurt, but you did. Gina, so is fear a cord you can cut? Fear in making decisions yourself, etc. What do you think, Elena?
Yes. Fear that's clearing the cord.
But is fear coming from within yourself or from the outside of yourself?
It could be a combination of both. Because if you are connected to so many different people, that can come from there as well. So if they're depressed or anger, you might feel that as well. Same thing when you're depressed, anger, or frustrated, they'll feel it.
Okay, so is that more about empathic feelings, or is that more of tying together as a unit because you're the core, you're the middle of the wagon wheel, and you've got all these people coming off of you?
You are the middle of the wagon wheel.
Okay, so you think that it becomes more frequent when you're the middle of the wagon wheel?
Especially when you are connected with your family, your friends, and your coworkers. So you create that big cord. So those are the ones that you feel the more.
Okay. So just send them unconditional love and just break free a couple times a day. What is she telling me to keep it in my counter at work? I didn't. Clear the crystals. You always want to clear crystals before you use them. And Linda, she's telling you to get a piece of selenite, a piece of rose quartz, and a piece of amethyst, and clear them, and charge them in your window for 24 hours at least. And then you can use them. I would get 2 sets of them, one for your home for at night, and then one for work. And at night or during the day, you put the nighttime ones in the clearing and let them charge in the window, so they'll be ready at night for you. And the ones you use during the day, you put them on the windowsill at night. You just keep swapping them out. Hello, Tara. City and state, because we're going to vote soon. And you guys got to send me hearts. If I don't get any hearts, I cry. I get, miserable. You need crystals, Laura.
Starting crystal.
A starting crystal would be... I always tell everybody to start with rose quartz and amethyst, but they're my favorites. But what is Elena? She's the specialist here.
I would agree with you. Rose quartz and amethyst and clear quartz.
Why? Why do you tell them? I know why I use them, but why do you want them to use them?
Well, the rose quartz infuses the infinite love.
Okay.
The amethyst infuses the divinity energy and the healing part of it. The clear quartz infuses the rainbow color.
Okay. And what about okay. Carla's telling me it's a little hard to hear and understand you, so I'm going to repeat what you say. So it's not that I think that I can't hear you and understand you. I can. I understand you. All right, guys. But we know and love you. So says my little magic Nora here.
Yeah, you should let them know I am chiming in on the phone so they don't think we're crazy altogether.
Yeah, Nora is on the phone with us, guys, because her jack isn't working through the Be Live. So she's just going to edit for us from the sidelines here. She's our coach. What Elena's saying is use the rose quartz to bring in an infinite love. Use the amethyst for the passion and the power of protection through the holy divinity. And use the quartz as the rainbow reflector of all the colors of the rainbow. Because it'll kind of bring everything in together and it'll amplify the other two. Okay. Um, you're very welcome, Linda. And I would tell everybody as a beginning stone as well to get a big piece of selenite, as much the biggest piece you can find to fit in a windowsill to make a charging station, because you want to have somewhere where you can just pick up and dump your crystals. You don't want to have to worry about them. And I would suggest cleaning them every 2 weeks. If you're going to use them daily, clean them every 2 weeks with some salt water. You can take them to the beach. They like the beach.
Oh my God, I love putting them out in a storm.
Oh, in the storm too, yeah. Nora just reminded me, and Elena's like, oh yeah, big, good old windstorm, electric storm. A good place to get crystals. You can get them.
Remember, she's Ohio.
You can get them online from Amazon. You can find different places, but you got to make sure you clear them. If you're in the Pennsylvania area, Elena and I have our favorite little spot called Bay's Rock Shop. What town is Bay's in, Elena?
I don't know exactly. I know it's Route 100 all the way up.
What about what town is it near?
Bayers, the Byers.
Byers, Beyers?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's something up there. Colored rocks are pretty, Dave. Of course they're pretty. That's why girls like them, especially diamonds. Yeah, you can get them at metaphysical stores. You can get them online. You can go to Gary's Gem Garden online. He's in New Jersey on Route 70. If you're in South Philly, Gina says there is a place on Passyunk Ave next to where Interior Concepts used to be. If you look all around, there's like different little niche places as far as metaphysics go, and you'll find them all over.
And Faith Rock is on Instagram.
Where?
Instagram. They do a lot of their pictures.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. They sell a lot on Instagram. And Paula says, mine are sitting in the window for a week now in salt water, LOL.
Don't put selenite in water.
Yeah, you don't want to put selenite in water. You just want to put that in the sunlight. You don't want that exposed to water. The rest of the stones should be okay if you just sit them in salt water. But when we take them to the beach, we put them in a bucket with a hole in the bottom and a little top, the kids' sand bucket, and we just drag it through the waves because we can. Or you can do salt water in a bowl. It doesn't matter. I just like the feeling of the waves.
How do you retrieve a cord from something from your past? You were molested as a child. You want to take something. You want to take that piece of you that's left behind.
Okay.
Retrieve it.
Nora wants to know if you had a traumatic or dramatic past and you left an emotion, a strong emotion in your past, and you want to go back and you want to retrieve a cord from an instance to heal it. How do you do that?
That would become part of the main cord of connection, and you will have to do meditation. And in order to retrieve that, you can't really do it on your own. You need somebody else to do it for you.
So you need professional help at that point. So you need a shaman at that level to do that kind of.
Good counselor.
Nora said, would a good counselor or a grief specialist be able to help? Okay. So there are other options besides shamans, guys. You can use grief counselors. You can use.
But if you can get a counselor and a shaman, an energy person like I have, my God, you grow so fast.
Nora says, try counselor, an energy specialist, and a shaman. The trying together should really help you grow really fast.
That's what I did.
That's what she did, and it worked for her. And she's very excited to share with you all.
It brings it up a little bit faster.
Pardon?
And now, Elena's talking a little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
Elena's mentioned meditation a lot, so I just want to remind everyone about the morning meditations.
Elena's mentioned meditation a lot, so Nora wants me to remind you all about her morning meditation with Nora on Facebook.
And you can watch it anytime after.
And you can watch it anytime after. She starts at 6 a.m. So you can link into her energy and you can all vibrate at the same speed. That's kind of scary to me, but that's all right. It sounds like fun. Okay, now let me talk. Hi, Carolyn. Let me ask you about sapping energy and vampires, energy vampires that are out there, and how they drain your energy, and how do you stop them? And do they leave cords behind?
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah, they stop feeling like little.
Uh-oh, Elena's now leaving me. I'm feeling alone.
I'm here. I had to
Okay.
do something.
She went to get labradorite, my favorite play toy.
Yes. Labradorite and black obsidian.
And black obsidian are the two stones you need for this exercise.
Yes.
Okay. And that'll help you when you're trying to ground and get rid of negativity and get rid of vampires and people that, you know, guys, when you walk into a room and you feel really good and then all of a sudden somebody like stands next to you and they start talking to you about whatever and you just feel like so tired, you're like, you know, you just, and you realize like, I didn't feel bad until they came over. I got to get away from them. And you just have to get up and literally pick up your stuff, make an excuse, and off you go. Go to the bathroom. That's what I do.
My cell phone's ringing. It vibrated or something. Just, oh, excuse me, I have to take this call.
But do you agree, Elena, that you have to make a polite excuse and just get away from their energy?
Yes. Either that or carry the labradorite and the black obsidian. And then every so often, pass it over to your head and down to your chest, up and down.
Up and down your core.
Yeah, so that way you can at least try to alleviate so it doesn't overwhelm you.
Now, is that with the labradorite or the black obsidian or both?
Oh.
Okay, so just kind of keep them handy. So people that are going to be really sensitive and they're going to be empathic people are going to want to get a black obsidian, a big chunk of it to add to your collection. So you got labradorite, obsidian, fluorite. You're going to need amethyst and rose quartz. Got the shopping list, guys? And how do you, Tavon wants to know, and how do you stop, oh, that's my favorite subject, vampires? Dr. Christina Northrup just actually wrote a book on this, but basically you got to create boundaries, folks, because you're going to have them, whether they be your friends, your partners, your children, they're going to be everywhere. Aren't they, Elena?
Yes, they are. And you can't get rid of them.
And in reference to Nora's meditation.
And that's why Nora's meditation will help you every morning.
See, we got two people who've attended. I love these guys.
But you guys aren't telling me what city and state. She's going to have me going to South Philly again if you don't save me. Come on, guys. So I need like a dinner-sized plate of stones. Probably, Aaron, for you, you probably need one dinner plate for home and one on the go. So you might want to just get a little shopping bag full of your stones. Put some wheels on it because they get heavy after a while. Okay, for Paula. All right, here we go again. You want rose quartz. You want a clear quartz. You want an amethyst. You want a labradorite. You want a selenite. You want a fluorite. And you want a black obsidian. That's the ones you want. And the fluorite and the labradorite are for when you're dissolving cords with unconditional love as the meditative thought, and you're asking to expel anything that is not of you or for your highest good. And then how do you clean obsidian? Everything other than selenite can get cleaned with a simple saltwater solution and a lot of prayer. And I always add 9 drops of Padre Pio oil for the 9 choirs of angels. So, And then I swirl it around and I say some prayers and I do my thing. Hey, other than the parking, what's wrong with South Philly, Chris? LOL. Because, Gina, I had to walk like 3 blocks and then you wanted me to go up 4 decks of stairs. I'm old and fat, man. That shit just ain't working for me. Okay, Julie wants to know, what if you're standing next to a vampire who is not obvious or easily identified? It's just really easy, Julie. If you start to feel like you're in a grocery line and you can't get out or away from that person, just start to put a big white shield in front of you, or ask St. Michael, the archangel, to come in and shield you from that energy and buffer it from you until you can get away from him. But other than that, find an excuse and get out of Dodge. Literally, just pick up your stuff and move. If you're in an airport, put something in your chair next to you so that you're taking up 2 spots so that somebody can't get that close to you. And if somebody negative or somebody you feel like is zapping you gets too close, you can just pick up your stuff and go find somewhere else to sit. It's that simple. Stephanie Pisano says, South Carolina with Stephanie. Nora, I'm up by 5:30 with you and your meditation. You go, girl. Maria Mavida says, should I wear those stones around my neck every day? It would help. It would help, Maria, but you don't really have to. You can put them in your bra. You can carry them in your pockets. You can just keep them anywhere on your person you want to. They have little pouches. You can put them in your pocket. What if a sapper lives with you? Oh, that's really easy. You just try and keep divisional lines between you and them and just keep extra stones on you. Is that what you would do, Elena?
Yes.
Because I would keep that labradorite and fluorite all the time. And I would get you some black obsidian too. And I would just have 2 sets of them, one on the cleaner at all times, and then the other one would be on my person. Maybe 3 sets, one on the cleaner, one with me, and one in my pillow. Aaron says, I've gotten strong enough that my positive energy will literally make them move. That's really good, because if you can force them to move just by being in your own power, that's really strong. But usually for me, Stephanie says, try some garlic around your neck too. For me, it usually is they just want to zap my energy. What do you get, Elena, when you go out to restaurants and stuff?
Well, I first ground myself to protect myself so that way they don't zap me as much.
But do you feel them moving away from you, or do you feel like you have to move away from them?
It all depends. Most of them get afraid of me.
Well, she wants to know, what do you do if the lives with 2 sappers? That's why she wants to know if she should make them into a necklace.
No, she needs to find a speak with them and just keep moving the energy through herself.
Nora says that she really needs to balance her own energy, and she needs to just keep it moving through her so that it just doesn't stick. Like, she's got to really work on her meditation and her own grounding techniques. And I would keep the crystals around her and maybe throughout the house in a bowl. Like, put them in a cut crystal bowl with some selenite on the bottom.
With holy water.
Oh, Nora says, get the holy water out. Spray them puppies.
Yeah, spray the crystals because they're already gifts of God, and just enhance them. She
says they're already a gift from God, just enhance them. So that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. And
that's why I would come.
Nora goes, she's glad she's here to help us, and Elena, because we're getting lost in the weeds without her. How can holy water help any of this? It's easy, Gina. You just spray the crystals with it. Selenite.
How it can.
Huh?
It's not how, it's can.
Can holy water help with any of this? Yeah. You just, what you want to do is just spray the crystals. I would be very gentle with the selenite and water because it dissolves it. But the rest of them, you can douse them with holy water and get all the negativity off of them. If you put them on the selenite and you still think they got a little yuck on them, just get your little spray bottles of holy water, stick them in your pocket. They're good to go. Say a little prayer. Hold them up.
Selenite on blessed salt, and that will help them.
Oh, Nora says you can put selenite on blessed salt, and that'll help them to recharge.
But you got to find a priest that's willing to do that. Not all of them do it anymore.
She says you got to find a priest that's willing to bless the salt. Not all of them are willing to do that anymore. Elena, what about using some selenite? Somebody said, great thought. Stop caring so much. Elena, what about using selenite in our trees around our home if we have a lot of negativity? Will that help ground the house and the feelings and provide an extra layer of protection?
Yes. What I do sometimes is I choose a piece of selenite and I give it as a gift to the tree on one of the upper branch, like a area, and leave it there. And even with the rain and stuff like that, it'll dissolve slowly and it'll activate the tree for protection.
Okay, so should we do that on a couple trees around the property if they have them?
Yes.
See, that would be a good idea, guys. Hit your bushes and your trees. Can you use essential oils to help with any of this? Elena, can you use essential oils with the crystals?
Yes.
What would you suggest?
My favorite oil is the frankincense and lavender.
Lavender and frankincense? And do you mix them?
One of the most expensive ones.
And do you just put them like in your put a drop in your hands and rub them on the crystals? You put them in water and spray them? What do you do with this?
Normally I put it in my hands and I rub it on the stone.
Okay, so you just rub it on the stone after it's been cleaned?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you use holy water by itself if you don't have any crystals? Gina wants to know. Will holy water by itself dissolve the cords?
Not necessarily. You have to use it to love.
Okay, so you can just, even if you don't have crystals, you can use holy water and the unconditional love, bring it in and bring in the idea of busting up and releasing anything that's negative or that is not of your highest good. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so Gina, the answer to that is correct. Yes, you can use holy water if you don't have crystals. And you can just use your really strong meditation, bring in God's white light, bring in the unconditional love and the forgiveness and release all of that that is not good and it doesn't serve your highest purpose to the ground and just let it go down and out through your core. Maria says, they all think I'm crazy. I will try the holy water spray. That will shut them up for sure. Aaron says, sage. You could sage too. That would help add another layer of protection. But you got to really, level it all out. Shauna says, I was physically and spiritually attacked the other night during twilight sleep. Any recommendations for crystals in the room to wear, etc.? What do you think, Elena?
Serious.
Well, amethyst is one of the most powerful ones. For black tourmaline.
Black tourmaline is the strongest one
For the nighttime. Yeah.
for the nighttime sleep, the protection.
Yeah. Keep it under your pillow.
What about that with some amethyst?
Definitely, that's what I say. Amethyst and that.
And some selenite?
Selenite's kind of hard for the bed. Because if you turn it around, it sprinkles.
Well, she can have it next to the bed, right?
Just have to the bed.
Okay, so what you want to do there is you want to have the selenite next to the bed and the tourmaline and the amethyst in the pillow or somewhere in a little, bag tied to your sleepy pants. I don't know. Figure out a way, ladies.
Yeah, that's serious what she's doing, what she's undergoing.
Right.
I got every kind of sign in the world that that's a serious issue she's having. She's got to go a whole lot further than just the crystals.
Nora's saying that the issues that she's getting around you are very serious. That last lady with the emotional...
Shauna.
Shauna, Nora's getting very serious energy around that, and you're going to need to do a lot more than crystals. You might want to do some holy water, and you might want to sage
Make
it.
sure she brings in prayer in every room.
Bring in the prayer. I would get the holy water and just spray every room and sage the house down. And you might want to, if you can't get the energy to clear out and you keep having these nightmares, you might want to talk to Nora I on the side about how to get into the deeper problem, and we'll check in and see what's going on.
And even Erin's offering help.
Yeah, Erin's saying, Shauna, if it happens again, you just pick up the phone and call her, and she'll help you. So there is help. I truly love these sappers. What's the problem? They love you so much, Maria. They love you so much, they don't want to let go. They just want to love you to death. Don't worry, I have a couple of them too. Go ahead. What was Gina? Gina, good, because I saged my house, worked beautifully until today. I feel a change in the mood of the house again. I'm going to grab the holy water and douse the house with it again tonight. Good job. You might have to. You might have to keep
her grandmother's pillow when her grandmother's not sleeping.
Okay.
Spray the pillow, spray the grandmother's bed, spray around the grandmother's room, spray the grandmother's chair.
Nora's giving me sidebar comments, Gina. The coach is saying when grandma's not around, go spray holy water on her bed or pillow everywhere. Spray it on grandma if you can. And you might, because of the level, I'm getting that the sage just took off the first level of problems and emotions and brought you a little bit of peace. So now that you felt the shift again, use the holy water, but sage again. Keep saging, because eventually you'll get to the core of the problem. You're just taking layers off, okay? Elena, what do you think when you've got a problem it's layered in?
I would suggest using the sage, the holy water, and the baby.
All right, so Elena's telling you, Gina, when you're doing the sage, burn a bay leaf in a bowl as well, because the bay leaf has a different distinctive odor that sometimes they don't like. And if you want to bring peace, I use lavender. And if you don't have lavender, the cut lavender, you can use a couple drops of lavender oil. Just put a drop on the bay leaf, let it dry, and then burn it. You don't have to be fancy about it, folks, just as long as the job gets done. Sarah wants to know, what about cleansing if an energy is attached? Salt baths smudge your energy field, wear crystals. What do you think, Elena?
Attached to her?
I believe that's what she's saying.
Okay. Taking a shower and using the divine light, and then afterwards use the babies and the sage and stand right on top of it. Let that smoke grow up.
Okay. So what Elena's saying is take a shower, bring the divine light in, the white light of God, the strongest light, and the unconditional love, and just feel it going down the drain. And then after you're done the shower, while you're drying off, you just take your smudge and your bay leaf and just light a little bit up and let it smoke, and just stand over it and let it just go all around you and in the bathroom, and let it do its thing. Yes, Gina, you have to walk around the house with a bay leaf burning in the bowl. Add some sage, dear.
Say your prayer
And pray with it, and do figure eights and spirals, and make sure that you're praying consistently. And if you get off one prayer, you get interrupted, just go around and start the prayer over again. Okay, Maria, is it okay to stick a sock in the mouth of the sapper? That's really what I want to do sometimes. Maria, that's tempting, but I don't think that's very enlightened. What do you think, Shaman? Duct tape, stick a sock in it, what? See, Elena's no fun tonight. Nora and I are laughing about that one.
I want to do that sometimes to mine, but you can't do it.
Hail Marys are your mantra. Join the crowd. I feel like I wake up praying, I go to sleep praying, I wake up at 3 a.m. praying. I'm like, good Lord, have I turned into a nun and somebody didn't tell me?
Remind them about the States.
Guys, come on, you got to tell me about the States, or Nora's going to stick me in South Philly again, make me hike up all them stairs. My right knee is saying, ouch, 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 go on a diet.
On top of them before they go to bed.
Oh, that's a good idea. Little zappers, put a little selenite on their head before they go to bed. And I will put a little piece.
What about putting it under their bed?
Can you put it under their bed, Elena?
Yes.
Elena likes that idea, Nora. Nora came up with putting it under their bed. So put it under the bed of all the zappers. And just remember to take it out and charge it and cleanse it every once in a while. Because you know there's...
Okay,
There's,
remind them how to get a hold of Elena on Facebook.
Yeah, don't forget, you can reach Elena through Facebook. Nora just put it up there on how to reach her. And if you can't find her on Facebook, just go through my website, and it's under resources. Elena's in there as a resource for you. Because she's just so fun. And she's got rocks and lots of play toys at her house. And are you guys going to send me hearts or what? Come on. I have to beg at this point. I feel like my dog. AC, please. AC where, Carla? Atlantic City, New Jersey, maybe? Because you know she's going to tell me that's Kansas or something.
Oh, it's Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Okay.
All right, so let's walk around the house. We don't have too many other questions, just funny little quick words.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys want to start wrapping it up, even though we got 9 minutes.
Okay. Elena, is there anything else you want to teach everybody or tell everybody?
The other thing that I want to do is when you do the cold removal, if you put the divine violet light and say a prayer with it, and then go around your aura with the fluoride and try to seal any opening on your aura.
Okay, guys, what Elena's saying is that she wants you to think about your aura, your big bubble. When you reach your arms out to the side, it goes 3 feet beyond you, 3 feet above your head, 3 feet below your feet, and 3 feet in front of you and behind you. That's called your aura bubble. And she wants you to take your fluorite, and she wants you to think about the purple light of the divine light and the white light coming in as like a purple and white candy cane coming in and filling your aura up. And take your fluorite and use it as a sealer and just rub it around and rub it around and do the rainbow and switch hands, and you clear it and just make sure it's all sealed up and there's no little holes or anything. And you can't reach in the back, so I always tell everybody, just pretend like it's a big old curtain in a circular tub, and you just pull the curtain. Okay, got a new piece. I got a new hunk of aura to play with, and you just rub it that way and just keep pulling it around until you feel like you got the whole thing. I usually do it 5 or 6 times. It works for me. It's a lot of fun. Aaron, you are a big bubble. Oh, Maria, Atlantic City, thank you.
Yes, baby.
See, we might get to go shopping, Elena.
Yeah.
Down Atlantic City. We'll have to find a rock shop.
Let's see, my top is over the one I get. No, we're not getting that one again. Okay, you guys might want to start wrapping.
Okay. Anything else you need to teach them, dearest?
No, I think you got pretty much.
Okay, so everybody's got their shopping list before we go. You need your selenite, SELLNITE. It's white, it's long, it's your charging station. You're going to put your rose quartz on there. You're going to put your purple amethyst on there. You're going to put your clear quartz on there. You're going to put your labradorite on there, your fluorite, and you're going to put on your black obsidian. Right?
And the tourmaline for the other one.
Oh, and the black tourmaline for the one that's having nighttime problems. So there we go. And you're going to learn to bring in unconditional love in and God's light. And you're going to release everything that doesn't belong to you, that is not of light and love, peace, joy, and happiness. And you just let it flow out and say, thank you very much for coming, but you got to go now. Bye-bye. So guys, we're gonna wrap up a few minutes early this week, and we love you and we thank you, and we'll be back next week. Okay, hopefully we won't have any problems.
We have a special guest from India who's going to be talking about happiness theory.
We have a special guest next week Nora wants me to tell you about. He's the gentleman from India that's going to talk to us about the happiness theory. So we're going to learn how to get happy. If we haven't already figured it out, we're going to learn. And it ought to be interesting because he's from India and they're usually very precise people. So he will talk slowly and he will speak distinctly. How about that?
Yes, he will. All right, good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.